Check, check. Check two, check two. Here we are. Why is that? Hello, hello, hello. So today, looking to get back into Hono and the... Oh, I can hear myself. That is not cool. It's a little dark. Actually, that was all right. Have the so getting back into Hono, the API experimentation, and hopefully getting JWTs implemented for authentication into the API. So let's see where we are here. So we built the worker yesterday. That is a test implementation. Just trying to get back to having everything where we need it. All right, there's that. So this was PX Wrangler. X Wrangler. Okay, cool. And so right, and then if we go to /customers, yeah, so this is using D1, which is a database on Cloudflare. That's a free version. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen, am I? Haha, there we go. So we have a local development environment that is running locally that is also running in Cloudflare. This is using D1, which is a Cloudflare database. It's using a Cloudflare worker and the Hono API framework. What do they call it? It's a framework at Edge for a fast, lightweight web standard framework built for sites at Edge. So we have the root for /, one for hello, and then one for name. So that was just for testing out our how the routing works. We have a post that is selected at hello, again, just the test that we can return JSON body. Then we connect to /customers that gets all customers, and then an endpoint that gets a single customer. So we'll come back here. We've got all customers because it's just customer. Okay. Now let's say we just want Let's start splitting this up so that this index.js doesn't get too large. Let's do that first before we go about digging into the JWT. Let's see, I think I saw. Let's close some of this. So I think we saw, was it in the, we saw a way to, I think it was here. I know it was a books. Yes, here we go. So a nested root. That's what it was looking for. So we've got book equals a new Hono. Is app is a new Hono. That seems strange that you would create a whole new Hono, but maybe that's just the root handler, and by adding it as nested, it is able to do things that are efficient to reduce the load, because the endpoints at the edge. Let's see, Cloudflare Worker price. The free. Yeah, so it's 10 milliseconds execution time per invocation on the free tier, and 50 milliseconds on a paid tier. I don't know what this is. Not sure, but we have 10 milliseconds to return a response, and that's it. We can get up to 50 if we pay, but so let's see. App root books. So let's try. Where'd you go? There we go. So let's just go ahead and copy that so we can see it. I'm not going to use it, but okay, so let's do a new folder, customers. All right, let's do a new file. Customers. Roots. Customer. Let's see, so we want to import Hono. Instead of app, let's call it roots. Export default roots. Oh, apparently I'm not using semicolons at the moment, or I am sometimes, but not always. Let's be consistent. Let's go ahead and get rid of them. In the past, I would have fought tooth and nail to keep semicolons, but JavaScript got smarter. In the past, if you didn't use them, you could end up with all sorts of nasty behaviors because it wouldn't know where to break things up. Okay. All right. So we haven't included it, so let's add, and let's get rid of this. So if we had customers as the plural and customer for the singular, that's probably not going to work if we just add customers here. So I guess we'll just use customer. It's something I can think about later. So we are adding a default root, which gives us the 10. We're adding the individual ID root, which gives us 1. We're exporting the roots here. So now we want to do customers equals, or no, we want to import. Let's see, if we're doing the default, is it just import? I swear the JavaScript imports, the two different styles gets me. Like I'm still thinking and require. Well, how about we just export roots? Hang on, what? Good grief. Python has broken my brain. So I'm module exports, but there's default, export default, export. That's not it. Default. If you're exporting multiple oh. Yeah. Export roots. So then we can do customer roots. And then we can import customer roots. And then we can do Uproot customers. So now we save that. Why did that complain? Oh, yeah, dot customers roots. Let me just, I'm not sure if that actually had an error there. Source customers. Customer roots. Export roots as customer roots. No matching export. Doing something. Let's just see if there's any example here. What is this? I could do as. Card. So just looking for an example to see what I'm, if there's a an actual preferred method within Hono, if I'm making some invalid assumption, but also I probably just have some sort of minor syntax error in my export. Export's one of those syntaxes that I forget every time and have to look it up, and I seem to have even gotten it wrong looking it up today. That's not quite it. Let's see, let's go back to the example. See if there's any examples that have export a const. Export const. So am I just do that, and then we could do import yeah, okay. That seems that should have worked though. Oh well, whatever. Doesn't matter. So do we still have, we do not. But that's because it's customers one, all customers. Okay. All right, so we have moved that. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. All right, so we have a customer route. Now, how about C environment DB? Let's get. So I'm going to move the logic into model folder. It's not technically a model, but it's logical enough that someone else would understand it. So should we do that with a class? Or pass in the database each time? I don't love classes all the time. Sometimes the abstraction can just get out of hand and makes it hard to understand stuff, but having to pass the database each time as opposed to, well, would we have the database? See, I don't understand at the moment the runtime lifecycle. So I don't know if this gets, what gets invoked before we would have access to the environment. Because we're getting this, the context is getting passed in as we access the route. So first thing we do know, we need a table name. Customers. What are you trying to get me to do? Oh, yeah, see, that actually wants to make an actual model. So let's start with functions. Function. Yeah, get customer by ID. That's exactly what I was going to do. And we're not actually going to have a C. But what we could... we're not going to hit more than one route at a time. So I think we actually should pass the DB in. So select star from table name where customer ID, where it's just ID, isn't it? No, it was customer ID. Find ID. Oh, you have to wrap that, right? My goodness, Python has really broken my brain on JavaScript. Wrote it for years as my main language, and now I have just blocked out so much of it. We don't have c.json. So what we actually will do is just return the object. Bring this down here. What are you doing? Oh my gosh. Okay. And we'll come here. Oh, wrong way. I thought it was the other way around. All right, so we need to export. If it's not a class, then we have to export each one. Well, we could export default. And then import star from the model. Is that not right? From star as yeah. So now here we could do nice. I knew exactly what I was going to ask for. Nice. And then get all customers. Async get all customers. Async function. But now if I want arrow functions, so that's a function, and then that's an async. That's an unnamed function. Right. Const. Yes. Okay. What is the... I forget the difference at runtime of those two things. Do we have any existing functions anywhere else? Just to stay standard. Let's actually just quickly refresh ourselves on JavaScript function versus arrow function. they're that might be okay. The arrow function expression is a compact alternative to a traditional function expression with some semantic differences and deliberate limitations in usage. Arrow functions don't have their own binding to this, arguments, or super, and should not be used as methods. Arrow functions cannot be used as constructors. Calling them with new throws a type error, and also doesn't have access to the new target keyword. Arrow functions cannot use yield within their body and cannot be created as generator functions. Arrow functions are always unnamed. Okay, we just did that. Arrow functions can have either an expression body or the usual body block. Yeah, so you can have the shorthand. Cannot be used as methods. Let's just leave it as is because there's a chance we do switch it to a class. So we'll leave it as traditional functions. So get all customers, save that. Save that. So now our server has rebuilt. Internal server error, so we did something incorrect. Customer, get all customers. Get all customers accepts the DB. Statement DB prepare, select star from table name. Let's just limit it. I mean, we only have 4, but it's usually a good idea just if you aren't sure to avoid killing yourself by returning too much information or taking down your database. Internal server error. Oh, there's some information here. Type error, void 0 is not a function. Let's just restart the server just to make sure. What's L? I pressed L to turn on local mode. And wondered if that gave us some additional information. Customers. It's not working. Did we actually use customers or did we use customer? We used customers. Import star as customer from model. Model takes us to the right place. All right, let's just double check that. This is going to complain, isn't it? Yeah. So that doesn't work in a REPL. Okay, let's do this. Nope, that's still there. Exactly that. And let's do a we want to import inner test it. Just import that and then customer dot foo. So now if we do a node okay, yes, so our import is incorrect. That's what I figured. JavaScript import syntax. Is this ES6? Or is the number changed? Import star as name from module name. Module import. So let's actually read the error message. Cannot use import statement outside of a module. Okay, so never have been super clear on that either. The when to use import and when to use require. What the heck? ChatGPT really did break Stack Overflow. Opt in by setting, I don't even know it. So this is from 2020. Yes, import is part of the JavaScript language spec. Requires not. Import requires a special configuration option. Import does not support importing. You'll get an unknown file extension. This is all based on 2020 though. That was like half of an article. actually, let's have the old chat GPT. Why not use it? Syntax I should use. Well, that's fantastic. You did absolutely nothing for me. That was shite. Are you alive? Alive. What is happening? Are you alive? Okay. Yeah. Okay, so it would just be the require. All right. And so does foo. Do unexpected token export. Oh, because in the model is it module.export. Export module. I never can remember the correct order. Or exports, or switch to the module exports. Yeah. Module.exports. Hello? Exports equals that. What the hell? Test it. Okay, test it foos now. Well, we'll leave test it there for a minute in case we need to test anything else. Okay, so instead of... Well, now that seems... That doesn't seem right. Wait, what did I change here? Oh, because I exported it at the top. Okay. But so... But that's a mismatch in... Why did this export work, but that one didn't? It's one of those things that always has been just a little confusing for me, and I never bothered to dig into it because... Oh, what? Okay. What? So the module exports works with the import star. Alright, so did I actually save? It's still working. Customers /11. Okay. Alright. So that was an interesting goose chase. So we have the index. The index, which includes our customers root. We have that root and a model, not really a model, but it's how we're accessing the data. So I guess it kind of is technically how we model our data. Not really, but whatever. So let's try to protect a route. So let's go with let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. You need to log in. Just double check Postman. Customer 1. Hello. Oh, customers. And slash should say you need to log in, right? Okay. So now, I know we saw that we had in Hono some basic. We had some middleware examples. Basic auth. I don't know, what sort of auth does it have? Oh no, basic auth. Wonder if those examples had anything that was of interest. Source index. Middleware use. Oh, that's interesting. So they're using basic auth here. just getting the username and password from the environment. Don't think this one had. Adding in a response time header. Yeah, they've got auth for basic auth again. Static star. So they're serving static content from within the assets directory. So I guess serve static from Cloudflare Workers expects the assets directory. So a text file, image, and HTML. It's interesting. I'm not sure. I mean, I guess if it was small enough, I'm just thinking that this, depending on the size of, like, say, the image, if it could, if that makes sense, versus using a pages, you know, Cloudflare pages, which can serve static content as well. That seems like that would be more efficient. But maybe if it was just a very small amount of information, or I guess if you're rendering anything. No, but that's serve static though. So it's definitely not, it's not related. Was just looking to see if they already had some sort of bearer or JWT authentication checking, not for actually handling it, handling the creation, refresh, and blacklisting or denial listing of the previously used tokens, refresh tokens. Just getting a sampling of what these examples have. Not seeing anything of real interest. Let's just try searching the site for JWT. Yeah, there we go. That's exactly the type of thing I was looking for. It's a part of here. What did that just tell me that? ENV. JWT secret. Let's just test it. So if we go to auth page, this should not work. Yeah, unauthorized as expected. authorization header value. So I know this will decode. I was just wondering if there's a encoder. Okay, yeah, so your secret. It is very secret. Okay. So we took the secret that it's expecting, we added it into this verify signature on JWT.io. So now if we come back to Postman, this is unauthorized. We go to authorization. I guess this is a JWT bearer. Oh, wow, I didn't know Postman would do that for you. To the request header, our secret is this. Let's just grab that payload because it's got the proper. So the well, that's weird. I was expecting to see something a little different, but the date there is that was when it was created. There's an expiration and a few other things that we would want to add. So if we send that authorized, so now if we change the secret, it should be unauthorized. Okay, cool. All right, so what we want to do now is just change that to login. Instead of auth pages, let's get rid of that. I want to say star, but that's not really true. But let's go with that. So, so login should fail. You need to log in. Wait. Oh, because our secret is correct. Make that smaller. Okay. Okay. App use. We want everything except login. App use. Probably just need to use a regex, which is not like, which I think is a minus, or no, it's an exclamation point, but the actual proper regex for that is not something that currently exists within my brain. So app use match all routes except login and login refresh. Okay, so just an app use, so instead of matching it, it's just for everything, and then if it's login, you just do next. Otherwise, okay. Cool. So that is app use C and next. And then if return next, this is return. So then you have to, oh, so you return it with C and next. So is that right? I think we're missing a closing. Yeah. Let's see how that goes. Didn't wait long enough. Okay. You need to log in. If path request path is login, return next. Rec is probably wrong. It's probably request, but I'm not sure about that. Never did see what local mode did. If we just log C. Oh. C.path. Just C.path. Let's see. Did C actually C.path maybe? Still says we need to log in. See, I don't know if it's... So that was returning C.text. Okay, so it is C.request. I think we had to get the request from the URL. Oh, but that was not with Hono. That was with the just pure raw. Why's my logging not working? App use. That is at the top, so it's before everything that. Oh. I'm an idiot again. This is the login page. But I'm not seeing the logging, which is what was super confusing to me. So this is the login page, but then customers. Yeah, customers should fail, but it's not failing. Oh, yeah, my key is wrong. So I think the app use is not getting called. Do you still need to... Is it... I'm wondering if it's still... You still need to tell it to use it on all routes. See, back here we had, in the basic, I think we had some middleware, didn't we? Okay, yeah, so we're just missing that first argument, which is okay, so we are returning, so then we'll just return next. Undefined. C.path is undefined. C.rec.path. Customers, okay, so all right, let's get rid of that. So for every route, we want to execute this if it's login or nope, c.rec.path or c.rec.path equals login. Token refresh, or let's do login slash or actually we could do I was going to do an index of just to see if it starts with, but I don't know that I like that because that could end up being too permissive. It's okay. So token refresh, we can come up with a different name if we want. So we send that. Customers should fail. Take that out. Correct secret works. Login. This is the login page. Okay. Cool. So now we have some middleware that allows us to hit our login. We have some JWT checking. I wonder how we can extend that though. So that is part of the Hono JWT. So See if there's some documentation we can read on that. Because there are other things I'd probably like to validate. Just the user is correct. It's not expired. A few other things beyond just, is it a valid JWT? Especially if we're going to use refresh tokens and add the used refresh tokens to a deny list. Let's see. So if we go to docs, no. Built-in JWT. It's just or how about just docs? Let's see. So JW, that's just that same, not very descriptive page. Decode, sign, verify. Okay, so here is, that was not in the page we were looking at, was it? Oh, that's a different page. Documentation is a funny thing. It's often terrible, but it's a hard thing to do. I know some of the worst documentation that's ever existed I wrote, so I can't complain too much, especially for some free software. Let's see, so sign generates a JWT token by encoding a payload and signing it using the specified algorithm and secret. Yep. So create a payload, then take your secret, and then it's a promise that signs it. Okay. We can verify it. We can decode it. So we would just need to write our own middleware, use decode. But do we know what the come on, brain. That's what? That's not what we're after. Hono JWT set here. In login, let's do a console log. What? Stop it. Console log. Oh, no, we want c.rec.headers. Is it not headers? Headers is deprecated. Header. Okay. And then I'm guessing this is something like bearer or header. I guess you have to know what the header is. And so authorization is what we're after. So that is there. So it's in there. So it sends this. Import JWT from Hono. We want to this one. We want to grab assign, verify, decode. Okay. Let's see. JWT equals that. Payload equals that. Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. Just log the payload. Ah. Internal server error. JSON. Yeah, JSON log is not a thing. Okay. Stringify the payload. Header has the algo and the payload. Okay. Cool. So now let's go with name. Username. Just keep those different so that we can make sure we see what we're seeing. Actually, let's just return one. So we could take this. Got the name, username. Not. Yeah, it is JTI equals. We're gonna need a something like a U. I should say foo for now. The Unix go look at the that's just the okay, yeah. Authorization header, algorithm type. Yeah, type. It's an access token. I was looking for the expire. Is it EXP? Yeah, there we go. Issuer, subject, audience, expiration time. Let's do this. EXP 2 hours from now. See, but I don't think that gives us the right, I don't think that gives us the right format. Well, maybe the encode does everything we need. Hang on just a minute. I'll be right back. Alrighty. Okay, where were we? So we're going to try to encode this. So encode, not encode URI. It's just encode, right? Oh, sign. Verify. It says just sign. That's, I don't think that's right. Sign. New payload. So if we log this new payload, let's not log the old one so we can see what we get there. Let's go back to there we go. Okay, so let's stringify the new payload. That doesn't seem right either. So that's just giving us the whole thing. Yeah, I would have expected something like encode, not just sign. Verify. Decode. import, sign, verify, sign. So what does sign do? This function generates a JWT by encoding a payload. Sign, okay, so we sign payload secret and algorithm. Sign. Oh, well, I didn't actually sign it. Sign new payload. Now what we need is payload and secret. And our secret is just the silly thing. Oh, because we tried to JSON stringify it. So now we just want to log the signing of that, and the algorithm would be defaulted in. We can adjust that pending, so we need to await the signing. Await's not working because this isn't an async function yet. Server error. Consider I did. What? Oh, okay. DOM exception, stack code name message. JWT equals that. Internal server error. Why, oh why are you acting a fool? But if we don't do this, everything's fine. So it's a sign. Is it not an await? No, I mean, it said it was a promise. Yeah, there we go. Sign, payload, and secret. All right, let's try to Error signing token DOM exception. Yeah, no kidding. Oh, well. Yeah, we can do const, but that's not it. Put that there. Await sign. You're telling me to do exactly what I've done. Why would it tell us that we're having a problem with the exact thing we've done? Irritating. Super irritating. Try one more time. The only thing I did was add a const there, but DOM exception. Stack undefined, code undefined, name undefined. Could it be we're sending in information it's not expecting? Or it's in a format it's not expecting? I mean, it shouldn't matter. Let's just do that. Just give it exactly what it says we could give it. And see if that does it. I don't think so, though. I don't think so. This seems unlikely, yeah. Hono JWT sign DOM exception. That's for that. DOM exception. Nope. I am not sure. But I'm gonna need to go ahead and head out for today. Need to get to the day job. This was a choppy episode stream. Maybe tomorrow we can sort it out, hopefully. Man, that was frustrating. Anyway, hopefully, tomorrow's better. If you found any value in this at all or found my pain funny, I'm happy. Join our Discord, devopsdave.net/discord. If you'd like to tell me what a fool I am for today's debacle, or if you want to ask any questions or offer any advice. Thanks. See ya. Bye.